Starting the week with a short run session, I've actually started to cycle to the gym most days because it's an easy way to get some extra movement in and it saves time getting the bus. So today's run is the main focus. I'm heading there now and hoping the legs cooperate. I started with a 3-kilometre warm-up to get the legs moving, and then here are the shoes, looking stunning. Honestly, they make such a difference. This was an interval session, so I was alternating between harder efforts and easy recovery. I'll show the session that I did on the screen so you can screenshot and save for your own run. I always dread these sessions before I start, but the sessions that make me feel most like accomplished afterwards. So I continue doing them and they increase my aerobic capacity, so I'm not complaining. This was me during the first 90 seconds and I was actually feeling really good. And then this is me at the end, and still I was good. It was easier than I expected. I'd done a long run Sunday, so I thought my legs would literally be aching. But I stopped at a cafe afterwards to grab a drink before cycling home, and honestly, it was exactly what I needed and a perfect way to end a good day of movement. Oh my god, my voice, please ignore that. But yeah, I tried a cappuccino for the first time and I recommend. Wednesday started with a walk to the gym, and I actually like walking there because it wakes me up before training and it's a nice way to get some extra steps in. I started with hip thrusts because they're my main lift today, and I like doing my heaviest exercise first while I've got the most energy. I did have to take my top off though because I got really hot and it really hurts in a certain position using that hip thrust, so I needed some padding. Next up, I've got RDLs, and I'm focusing on keeping my back neutral and really feeling the stretch in my hamstrings and glutes instead of rushing the reps. And I also like to do single leg to improve power and stability for my running. Then it's time to isolate the hamstrings, and these always look easier than they feel. Honestly, they burn. Leg press is one of my favourites because you can really push yourself safely, and I'm aiming for full range of motion on every rep. Finishing off my quads with leg extensions, I'm squeezing at the top of every rep to make them work that little bit harder, and then I finish with both legs just as a little burner. Last exercise of the leg session, adductors, and I like finishing with these because they're often overlooked but still play a really important role in lower body strength and stability. Now I'm going to try not to talk for too long because I feel like I've just been talking for ages, but I slotted abs in between my back exercises just to save me a bit of time at the end. They're quick, but they definitely burn. And for back exercises, I'm always thinking about pulling with my elbows rather than just using arms. It helps me feel my back working so much more, if I'm being honest. And I'm telling you, not every session feels amazing, but showing up consistently is what makes the biggest difference. I am just going to have to apologise for the dodgy angles in these next two back exercises that I film. They're not great, I was rushing and I just needed some evidence of the exercise. Now, that wraps up Tuesday's session. Legs, back and abs done, and now time for refuelling and recovering before tomorrow. Thursday's plan was simple. Just get 10k done, no pressure, no chasing pace, just get the miles in. I wasn't overthinking this one. Sometimes the best runs are the ones that you just head out, see how you feel. And I do always find the first kilometre is the hardest, but once I'm moving, everything starts to feel a lot easier. I did have to stop though because I was running up a hill and I could not keep going. There's something about getting out for a run that completely resets my mood though, even if I wasn't feeling it beforehand. I'm not going to lie, running is one of the only times my brain actually switches off for a bit, and not every run does feel amazing, and that's okay. You don't have to feel your best to make progress. If you wait until you feel motivated, you'll miss a lot of good runs. I used to think every run had to be fast, but now I know that easy runs are what let me keep improving. And also, fitness isn't really built in one session. It's built by turning up over and over again. And whenever I finish a run, I'm always glad I didn't skip it. I was planning on doing a high rock session at the end of the day. However, I was honestly just so tired, so I finished the day with a bike ride. Nothing serious, just getting outside for a bit. These are the moments that remind me fitness doesn't always have to mean pushing as hard as possible. Just enjoy it. It's Friday, which means it's my rest day. A lot of people think taking a day off is gonna slow down your progress, but in reality it's actually where your body recovers from the week of workouts that you've done. I used to feel guilty for taking a day off, but now I just see it as part of like the plan rather than a day off, if you know what I mean. I'm always looking for like new videos or any ideas that you'd want to see in the next video, as obviously I am new to the YouTube and everything, so I need some content ideas. I have got a few in mind already because I'm going on holiday, so I can do holiday videos, and then I've got a long run tomorrow with one of my friends, which I've got an idea for that, and then this one's coming out. But just like future, if there's any videos that you'd want to see, then let me know in the comments and I will try and do that. I'm trying to find new ideas that I think people will actually be interested in, because at the moment I'm going off what I know is popular, but if there's anything in particular that you like, I actually want to see this person do this, then just tell me, because I'm open to new ideas. Honestly, I'm so happy I actually had a rest day today because it was like 32 degrees. Right, so Saturday comes and it's a different one to normal. This is one of them workouts where the first round makes you think, this isn't too bad. And then by round 5, you question every life decision. So I started off with 1 kilometre run. And I actually really enjoy workouts like this because they're over before you know it, but every round gets a little tougher than the last. And then I move on to 500 metre rows. And these sessions always remind me that fitness isn't just about being strong or being fast, it's about putting everything together. And they certainly excite me a lot more with the different exercises. I think this is the kind of workout that's mentally harder than physically. You just have to keep telling yourself one more round, but by the 4th I was contemplating giving up. But I knew I'd be much happier if I'd completed it all. So then I did 500 metre ski. And if you've never tried a circuit like this, I'd definitely give it a go. It's a nice change from a normal workout or gym session, and it definitely gets your heart rate up. But by the end, I actually forgot to film the bike. I did 1 minute of the bike after each round, and I did 5 rounds in total. Right, so I'm with Helena and we're currently like only a few metres in. We're just on the Dunford Transpennine Trail, and I'll come back in a few kilometres and we'll start the challenges. Well, they're not really challenges, they're just like questions. Fun stuff. Yeah, fun stuff to do because we've got like 2 hours. So I'll be back. The best thing about long runs is having someone to chat to. It makes the miles go by so much quicker. And the 22 kilometres wasn't about running fast today. It was just about spending time on our feet and talking with each other. Somehow we actually managed to talk for almost like the entire run. I don't even know where the conversation even went. Long runs are probably my favourite type of session. No pressure, just getting outside and enjoying it. The pace might be slower, but these are the runs that build your endurance. And we definitely had moments where we were feeling it, but stopping was never really an option. By the end, we was definitely ready for food. We're gonna finish it. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Get up this hill and we're done. Oh God. We got this. First ever half marathon warrior with a 2 kilogram bag. Right, so you've got to just ignore the state. I'm literally about to go and get a shower, but I just wanted to edit this last little bit of the video. Is that burnt? Have I burnt myself? What the hell is that? That was my full week of training, and it doesn't look like this every single week. Currently it's the summer holidays, so I am doing more than what I would have been doing whilst at school, but obviously now this is going to be more of a reality. Now I'm done with school, so this is kind of what it's looking like more often, especially as I'm riding the bike to the gym more often. And I think I am enjoying it. I like getting the mileage in. I have done a lot this week, and if I was going to do the Hyrox class on a Thursday, then it would have obviously been more, but I physically couldn't. I think this week I have done a lot of running. The distance I've increased that more just because of the run that I did on Thursday. I wouldn't normally do 10k on a Thursday. It'd normally be a session. So I've kind of switched it up this week basically. So that was just this week, and obviously if I ever change it up, I'll redo this video and I'll keep updating it because I found it really fun to do, and I hope you guys have also enjoyed it. But I am going on holiday Wednesday, so I'm going to film a holiday vlog. So that will include like the training, what I do in a day, what I'm eating and all that. I'm not going to do multiple days every single day. I'm going to put it all in one, so it's going to be one long video because personally that's just easier for me. So I hope you enjoyed this week of workouts, and so if you would like to see any particular video, then drop it in the comments and I'll try and fit them in where I can. But yeah, that is me, over and out.